We're all familiar with the usual status symbols, jewelry, clothing, cars, and houses. But now there's a new status symbol money can't buy, being coupled up. Together, Jay-Z and Beyonce are one of the hottest couples in the world. Then there's Kim and Kanye, Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, supermodel Giselle and Super Bowl champ Tom Brady, and many more. But Dr. Michelle, author of Ms. Typed, Stop Sabotaging Your Relationships and Find Dating Success, warns that when it comes to celebrity couples, if you compare, you'll despair.
Social media, people only put out there their very best look, the very best of their relationships. And so now you're putting yourself up against a standard that's not even a real standard.
On the flip side, not everyone wants to be coupled up, especially since there are more ways to play the field than ever before. Dating apps allow you to swipe your way into someone's bed, if not their hearts. Then as soon as you hit a glitch, you can ditch that person for the next one. The co-founder of Project Soulmate matchmaking service says the grass is greener on the other side syndrome is very real.
A lot of people are like kids in candy stores, if you really look at it. There's so much to choose from. So I think a lot of people say they want to be in a relationship, but in reality, it's like you're always thinking the next one is going to have everything you want.
Both experts say whatever your relationship status or goal is, too many men and women are putting too much weight on what they see online.
If you're really trying to get to know someone, spend less time researching them and Googling them and spend more time actually with the person.
So is being coupled up a real trend for real people, or is playing the field still the most popular game? Let's find out what our panel has to say. Joining us for this episode of Street Soldiers on Love and Relationships, Lori Zaslow is the co-founder of Project Soulmate. Lori, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm learning a lot just chatting so far.
Oh, well, we're gonna bring it. We're gonna really turn up and bring it to everybody. Also with us is Rip Michaels. He's a comedian and actor. You can see him in Kevin Hart's special on VH1, Cheapin' It Real, not keeping it real. Cheapin' It Real.
But he ain't
Cheapin' It Real on MSG, and you also know him, of course, from MTV's Wild 'N Out with Nick Cannon. Thank you so much for being with us.
I'm excited to be here. Nothing but like beautiful women today. I'm feeling good about myself. I hope this don't turn out bad.
And you don't feel intimidated at all being the only guy here.
It's a little powerful. I feel the estrogen. My testosterone is going down a lot. I'm losing levels as I speak, but
no, I think you're gonna get it. I think you'll get it out. All right, let me get Laura in here. Okay, also joining us is Laura Stiles. You know her as one of the co-hosts of the Hot 97 morning show. Word on the street is that she is the real guru-ette of love on the morning show.
You know what? I'm so glad you said that. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Lisa.
Who's coming in there with the real, with the real information. But first, true or false?
Okay.
Laura, are people more interested in being a couple now because we see all these big celebrity couples, or is it about playing the game and playing the field?
Well, I think it's a balance. I think it depends where you are in life, because when I talk to, like I was telling you before, my assistant, right? She's like 24 years old. Right now, she has no interest in settling down or locking it down. She has every single dating app that you can think of. I looked at her phone. She had J Swipe, Soul Swipe, Salsa Swipe. I don't even know what the hell was in there.
Swipe? Real? Or you just
no, I'm just making that up.
I heard of Adobo Switch. I've never heard of Salsa Swipe.
No, I'm serious. She has everything that you can think of, from Tinder. And I'm like, girl, are you on every single one of these apps? She's like, yes. She's like, I need to see what's out there. And to tell you the truth, it kind of makes sense, because she said at the beginning, she's like, before all these dating apps, she wouldn't really venture out. There was a type of guy that she was attracted to, and that's what she went for. She was like, I never in my life would ever thought that I would be trying to check out a Jewish dude until I got on J-Swipe.
That's like 16 handles when you had Carvel with 2 choices and now you got 16.
Hey, y'all ain't gotta tell me my pastor's single and he dating, and I think that is weird. It's such a weird church I go to now.
Well, Lori, what about that? Because you help people, you and your partner help people with Project Soulmate try to find that one and only. Do people really still believe in that?
I think it's what you're used to. If you've been single so long, you're used to it. You could be single. You're used to supporting yourself, taking care of yourself. But if you were coming out of a marriage or a relationship, you want that. And men live longer that are in relationships. I was telling someone right before that, he's like, really?
That's a fact?
That's a fact. Men, not women. We probably die sooner. But yes, men, if they're in healthy relationships.
Really?
Yes.
If they're in a good relationship, they live longer.
7
Rip.
to
I
10
believe
years.
that. I definitely believe that, because my parents still together. I definitely believe that, because y'all take care of us. And I don't want to say nothing wrong. I definitely believe that is true. And I'm looking for somebody right now.
So it's
Well,
like
we got
when
Project
someone,
Soulmate right here. So maybe
I'm
by the end of
Project
the
Soulmate. My
He's my
grandmama's
project.
searching too. How do you feel about older women searching? My
Do they have an app
is
for
single
that?
now.
I don't know.
On the track.
Is there somebody from my mom or my grandmother? I got green beans, man. You name it. No,
You
nobody
want to hook up the whole
for
family
everybody.
before the end of it. But what about Laura? Because you talk about a lot of celebrities too, and we see these high-profile celebrities.
Right.
You know, first it started with Michelle and Barack Obama, and people were like, women were saying, I need my Barack, and then there's Jay-Z and
Right.
Beyonce, Kim and Kanye, Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, all of these celebrity couples. Is that having an effect, do you think, on people?
Well, I definitely think they're a great example, especially the ones that last. Because, you know, there's some that are just for now, and the ones that last are definitely a great example. And it goes to show because it trickles down, right? Like us, we are, I guess we can say we're in the public eye.
Right.
So it's harder for us. I know me as a woman, I don't know, I mean, for a man, it's going to be different, but it's harder for me to find a date, right? Like right now, I'm in a relationship, but it's brand new. I've been dating, we've been in a relationship for like 3 months now. But before.
That's a long time.
But before.
you think that's a long time?
I think that's good.
And we're going strong. But it was really hard for me to get a date because I felt like
But
I
you're
couldn't-
gorgeous,
No,
and you have a
thank
great
you.
personality,
Yeah,
and
you're
you're
nice.
smart.
You're disarming.
So
Thank you.
explain that to people.
Well, the reason and I see a lot of women in my field or women that are, you know, in successful positions, it's harder for them to get a date. Why? Sometimes men tend to be a little intimidated. Sometimes men like the idea of you, but they don't necessarily like the real you. Like, I get a lot of people who are like, oh, I want to date Laura Stiles because she seems fun and she seems this. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to hang out at like a rap concert every night. Like, that's not
Right.
really what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Yes, I work for Hot 97 and I love the culture and I love the music, but every now and then, how about let's go to an art gallery on the weekend or
Something
You
different.
know, let's do something different. And
plus, you have people recognizing you. You're out to dinner, and then people are there
Right.
recognizing you, right?
Right. And then it just starts getting a little, you know, like people start losing like the whole fantasy of wanting somebody more like a trophy rather than the real person.
Lori, what about the trophy issue? Because that
But
applies
that's not
in
love.
every
a
field.
trophy husband or wife, I don't think that's love. That's a whole nother thing, right? I mean,
But I mean, that's in
trophy
every
is
field too. I mean, you see it in business, you see it with Wall Street guys, you see it with everybody.
saying they have a trophy wife or a trophy assistant that becomes their wife.
Oh, whoa.
I mean, that too.
Okay.
Wow, I've never had a trophy girlfriend. I only date 87 octane, which is regular. Every girl I've ever had
Great
was a name
diesel.
tag to work, so I've never had.
You want a girl in a you want a girl in a uniform with a name tag?
Yes, I'd be like, with gym shoes on. I'd be like, tie your shoe, we gonna meet my mama. You can't be coming in with your Air Max all untied. So I've never had a trophy wife. I date
What is
regular
like the
girls.
building, like the building super, so she know how to fix
Right. You
things?
know what I'm saying? I date girls with flaws.
So wait, you've never dated a woman that's more successful than you?
No, I can't say that I have. I can't say, but she was a Stanley Steamer manager. I don't know if that's more successful to me at the time. I had just started, but they're a branch and they clean carpets. So I wouldn't say she was more successful.
You like a blue collar woman.
Yeah, I've never really dated no woman of power. I would love to, but
But is there a reason why though?
Yeah, is there a reason
man.
why?
He's the alpha
I think
dog.
I eat late at night. I think it's 100% because I eat late at night. I think that's all what it is. I don't
Wait,
know.
what is eating?
Association.
Don't make excuses. What does eating late at night have
Because
to do
that's
with?
why I meet women at 7-Eleven and McDonald's and Applebee's when they close. I've dated a lot of Outback steak managers. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
What about Seamless? You date the
I'm
delivery
noticing a
ladies?
theme here. Are you guys noticing a theme here? If they work in the food industry, food services industry, you get your late night meal after a
There you
show.
go. They flirting with you as they whopping the table, and you be like, you know what? Get up. You have very pretty eyes. And women don't date like that. Y'all normally look for successful people, but men, we will find. If you cute, we don't care if you cute from McDonald's. We don't care if you cute from Wall Street. You just cute. We will holler at you. Not one girl in here will talk to a guy that work at McDonald's. No, you won't.
That's not true.
No, you won't. You won't talk to a dude that's taking your order at McDonald's and be like, oh, I think you're pretty.
You see Coming to America before you say that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he was a king that worked at
Didn't know
McDonald's.
he was a king. She
But he
thought
was working
a
at McDonald's.
A McDowell's
Okay, so
worker.
let me explain.
That's my favorite.
Let me ask
Okay,
you a
can I be
question.
honest?
Why
I
can't-
won't.
What?
I won't.
See, thank you.
I'm just being honest. Like, I was in a relationship with somebody who was still struggling in their career.
Right.
And I tried it and I thugged it out maybe for like 2 years, and it got to the point where I wasn't happy. I was working over 60 hours a week, and he was still struggling with a part-time job, trying to have his dreams of.
So basically, if he's
It
trying to
just
be
wasn't working
something, you're
out.
not trying to be with him.
We just weren't at the same place in life, and I'm just being brutally honest. Like, I tried,
Right.
because I really liked him as a person, but when it comes down to it, it's like, listen, I bust my ass, and maybe I want to go on a vacation. I don't want to carry you all the time. I will at the
I
beginning,
agree.
Right.
And I'll work it out with you. But if I feel like you're not moving, you're still in the same place after a year and a half, then maybe we're not.
Well, you want your
same
equal.
space.
You're
Okay,
a strong
everybody wants their
woman.
equal. We're going to talk about that when we come back. Is how for men dating a more powerful and more financially successful women, because there's a lot of relationships, a lot of women making more money than men nowadays. We're going to find out what our guests
see
have to
that in
say
New
about that. This is Street Soldiers. I'm your host, Lisa Evers. We'll be right back.
I'm just keeping it real. People can call me shallow because of it, but
No,
I
keep it
tried.
100. Keep it 1,000.
I tried.
Let's talk about this equal, unequal. Can you date somebody? And there've been movies made about this. That one with LL Cool J. And,
Yes.
And there's been movies where the woman is very successful, she's professional, and the guy is like blue collar, and there's a big disparity in the income. Lori, can that ever work? When the woman is making more money than the guy?
It can work if it started that way and it's established, and certain women I know are doctors and CEOs of companies, but the guy holds his own weight in other ways. So I see if a man's struggling and you meet him at this point in your life where you're established, probably not. But when two people meet young, and it's like a given, I'm gonna be a doctor, you know what, I'm gonna, nothing wrong with being a teacher, working at Applebee's, but I'm gonna be the stay-at-home dad. That works, I see it all the time. As long as you're holding your own weight, he can be
And what do you
doing
mean
the
by holding, like, what can he do to hold his own weight that you've seen works that doesn't involve, like, money?
taking care of kids. I mean, right there, child care is not cheap.
Of course.
Doing plenty of things, cooking dinner, going to the grocery store, taking care of his woman and his family. You could do 100 different things to hold your own weight. If someone's always struggling, always saying, I'm going to start this business, that business, and nothing's happening, then it's hard. But as long as you two have it down pat and it's planned and you want that, that's okay. I see it work plenty of times.
It's worked for me. Because I've dated somebody who was, like I told you, was our tax brackets were completely different, and I tried it and it didn't work out, okay?
Right.
And listen, I'm just keeping it real. People can call me shallow because of it, but
No,
I tried.
keep it 100. Keep it 1,000.
I tried, and it just was not working out. But I've been in a relationship also with somebody who didn't, I made way more money, but like Lori says, he made sure that I was taking care of it. And please believe me, I'm not one to say, I will pick up the tab. I will share the responsibility with you. I believe in that. I believe in taking care of my man too. But there was plenty of times where he would surprise me with just little thoughtful things, little sporadic trips, and not everything has to be like a five-star restaurant. Like he can be like, listen, I have this amazing little Italian restaurant that's, in so-and-so, in the neighborhood that you need to try. And it's like an amazing experience. It's all about the experience and how much thought you want to put into that relationship.
Cooking dinner.
You ain't never lied. I
There
hold
you
my
go.
own
What
weight.
about
That
that?
too.
What
I
about
hold
that?
my own weight. I'm blessed in other areas. So I'm just saying that. I'm
is
just
well
I'm blessed.
endowed,
It's
as
like, I didn't say it like
You
that.
were
Y'all
waiting
took
for
that.
that. You were
Y'all took it and said it like that. I mean, I'm blessed in being that I'm creative.
Did you
And I
want to
would
clean that
love-
up, or we'll just keep moving forward?
I'm just saying
Okay.
that. No, y'all took that in the wrong way. Y'all get y'all
Overcompensating.
mind out the gutter. I was saying I'm blessed with knowing birthdays and special surprises. I
Right.
want a woman that's more successful than me. Why come I can't be somebody Meek Mill today, Nicki Minaj? Why come I can't be? It's not
Yeah,
my
but
tour.
look at how that
it's my
ended-
girl
but look
tour.
at how that
Hey,
ended
I'm
up.
sorry that he couldn't do it. I would love a successful woman. I'm saying if you got the house, I pay for the welcome mat. If you paying the mortgage, I got the ice
pay the
trays.
light bill. You
know
pay
what
the
I'm
light
saying?
bill.
Yeah. If you got to be up every morning at 6 o'clock, I'm up at 5:30. Like, get up. Don't be late for work. That's what I'm doing. It's about a
Making the coffee?
Making the coffee. Somebody got to put PlayStation
But
games
it can
in
work.
that.
Okay, look at Jay-Z. Okay, look at Jay-Z. Wait, who makes more money? Beyonce, right? Is Beyonce more successful than Jay-Z currently?
Of course.
I don't know.
But
Yes, right?
I think in terms of the overall net worth, Jay-Z, because he's been at it for a longer time in the music.
I don't have those
But
facts.
in this day and
I
age,
don't know the
with
facts either.
endorsements and things, it can change. What happens if she made better investments or he made better
Oh,
investments?
true, exactly.
You
The
do not
investments.
know, but
Once you're in the
they're close.
seven digits like that. But Lori, what about in terms of the longevity? These, the woman making more than the man. That you say that can work if the guy holds his own and that
It
type
can
of thing.
work also
Why
if they
doesn't
met
it work?
young. It doesn't work when the woman is established. She's the partner at the law firm. She has a big job and she's looking for love. Her biological clock's ticking and she's freaking. So she's like, I'm going to date the legal assistant that I'm the boss of. And then it gets old because it's like, oh, I'm the one working 1,000,000 hours. You're home. You're around. They don't want that. But then they get the powerful man and they don't want that either because then he has no time for her. That's why so many
It's
times
a trade-off.
someone's hooking up with the tennis coach, the pool man, the trainer. That's all real. That's not just for fun because they're lonely. So you got to pick and choose what you want.
That is so true.
I don't
because,
get it though. But women has a
what she
great
just said, everybody
career.
get a successful man. Look at J-Lo now; she dating a backup dancer, and then you got
Well, no,
you
then
got
she's with the
Mariah
Drake
Carey.
thing.
Right? But you have Mariah Carey. She was dated to the billionaire Nick Cannon, and she ended up with some dude that like makes flyers
That
on it
backup
somewhere.
dancer.
Yeah, backup dancer. Somebody like it, y'all.
Are you learning to dance? Is
why
that
don't
right?
you-
I am getting my dance on. The backup dancer.
Why?
I had a one-night stand that became a 3-year relationship.
Really?
That happens.
Wow. What about the internet, the online thing, all the dating apps? Has that changed how quickly they just get out of relationships if things aren't working the right way? What do you think about that?
I mean, I think people move a lot faster nowadays. I mean, I know people who sometimes sleep with the person that they meet on their whatever app just to try it out to see if they even enjoy the sex or not, whether they want to move forward. It's crazy, but sometimes people want to
Right.
try it
They're-
out.
they're like, I wanna try the shoes
if
on
they're
before I
not
buy 'em.
sexually compatible, why even move forward?
Well, they
There
might
it
be
is.
better compatible if, of course, you like it. But if you're having an emotional connection, the sex could be that much better.
You're a man. I
I'm
think
like,
she
what
meant 'cause
app
you-
is this? I'm
think-
like, let me get my phone out and find out.
Listen,
What's the name of that app?
these are things that people are discussing right now, and I'm telling you, I'm learning from the girls
Assistant.
that are around me. They're 24 years
But then
old.
is it also stages too? Because when you're in your early 20s or whatever, you want to your 20s, you want to check everything out, you want
Explore
to
and
try
have
everything,
fun.
you want to explore, and that's part of the way of exploring, and it's just easier. But then if you're starting to think about like, you know what, my career's taking off, I'm putting all this time into it.
Right.
I really need I need a little bit more stability there. I need to at least be able to not have to remember a different name every day.
Right.
You
But
know?
also, who is to say that that can't lead to a successful relationship?
Sure can.
I had a one-night stand that became a 3-year relationship.
Really?
That happens.
Wow.
It happened to
Lori,
me.
is that true?
Anything can happen, sure. I mean,
That
your
is true.
intention wasn't for it to turn that way. And
It
I was going to
wasn't.
say about your assistant that has every app that possibly exists. I'm surprised she has enough megabytes on her phone.
Me too.
Me too.
She's got a great data plan. Okay, let me ask you about this. But are there things? Okay, yes, the dating. Everybody agrees the whole dating universe has changed because of all the options that are out there for everybody, no matter where they are in their lives. But have certain biological things still remain the same? Do men need to be the ones to make the first move? Rip.
Not anymore. That is done. It is out the window. The internet changed all that. I don't know if you noticed the whole trend. Women have totally changed altogether, and they make the first move now. They like, I like you. Come over here. I'm buying you a drink. You can spend a night, but you can come over, but you can't spend a night. You got to be out. Yeah, I've had women wake me up, and I'm like, it is unsafe
Time to go
for me
home.
to be in Fort Greene at this time.
Wait a minute, like
It's very unsafe to send me out in these streets.
said to
My
my
Metro
car.
card is not even all the way, and I know they ain't got a attendant at Fort Greene. I'm just saying, women don't play that anymore. I mean, it used to be a time where women used to strip just to go to school, and now women drop out of school to strip. I mean, I know
It's a whole-
Cardi B as a person.
Wow.
it's a whole different.
I mean, look at apps like Bumble, right?
Right.
In Bumble, you match, but the woman has to make the first move.
Just to say hi.
Amy,
So it gives
Amy Schumer got her husband on Bumble,
So it
Amy
gives.
Schumer's married?
or fiance, or whatever.
Definitely not married.
She's definitely not
Well,
married.
her man that she's with right now, she found him on Bumble.
Yeah, she did.
Google
say that.
it.
Yeah, I
I'm
know
telling
Amy
you.
Schumer
That
very well.
I heard that.
She did.
Let's
She
see
did.
So
how long
a
that
lot of
lasts.
people meet serious relationships this way, but so you have no problem, Lori. And of all the success stories that you and your partner have done with Project Soulmate, of people that go on to be married and in stable, long-term, committed relationships, does the man usually make the first move, or does the woman usually make the first move?
I think it is sad that chivalry does feel like it's dead. But honestly, women still want a man to be a man. You could fight me on this with your broken Metro card that ain't working and her sending you home in a car. But at the end of the day, if people have strong moms that say, you know what, you need a guy to take care of you, it also depends on the culture. Certain
Okay,
cultures,
true.
the mother is like, the man's gonna take you out and pay for the first date. Doesn't mean, of course, you should contribute. No one wants someone who is completely dependent on the other. It has to be an equal partnership in some regard. Doesn't have to be financially equal, but you know what I mean. Relationships, in order to work, come on, everyone has to give and take. No one has to give too much or take too much.
All right, I want to thank all of you for being with us for this episode of Street Soldiers. Lori Zaslow, Rip Michaels, and Laura Stiles, thank you so very much. And thank you for joining us for Street Soldiers. Remember, use your mind. It's your best weapon. I hope it's your only weapon. I'm Lisa Evers. Let's push for peace.